here today with the group ShaleMustFall in front of the Canadian embassy. We're standing here in solidarity with the Indigenous tribes in Canada who are being terrorised by the government and the police forces there, and they're trying to stop pipelines and LNG terminals being built and stop the fracking that's been going on for years. They're currently building a pipeline from the foothills to Kitimat LNG terminal, and they're trying to extract fracked gas as far as Asia and China.
So we're here today outside the American embassy with the ShaleMustFall campaign, and we're here to tell the American ambassador that we don't want their imported fracked gas, that we stand in solidarity with communities in Pennsylvania and Texas who are being absolutely destroyed by the industry. We have testimonies here that we're going to hand in from people in Pennsylvania and Texas telling about the absolute desolation that's been left by the fracking industry, their children who are sick, who are dying of cancer, rare forms of cancer, and all for the greed of these multinational companies. And so we're here today to let them know that we don't want their freedom gas in Ireland.
You can see the extent of LNG shale gas that is leaving the US and being imported in countries around the world, and there's a huge amount of imports coming into Europe, especially since the Trump and Juncker deal in 2018. Figures have soared to about 760% since the deal. The methane is having a massive impact on global warming because it is 87 times more potent than CO2, and fracked gas has way more methane than any other fossil fuel. So it is vital that they stop fracking in America and stop pushing fracked gas onto Europe and onto other countries. It's not a transition fuel, it's a bridge to disaster.
So we're here in Dublin outside the Chinese embassy, and we're delivering some testimonies from our comrades in Nepal who want the Chinese government to stop their plans to drill in their country. So we're delivering their testimony today to the Chinese embassy in Dublin.
And we're standing in front of BlackRock Investment Company. They're involved with fracking in Argentina and in Africa, and we're saying today that they need to stop fracking in the global south.
They know they have to go through all kinds of other enforcement.
We're not going to do imported.
But then getting into legislation, why isn't it there? We were promised the statement and it hasn't been delivered. And so a planning application could go in now again at any time. Yeah. So you're leaving us open to being locked into 30 or 40 years of fossil fuel.
I don't have it.
But then what's going to happen?
I think I'm trying to remember, we're working on the climate bill as one of the main reasons why we're just trying to get that through. And we will put in some provisions on oil and gas exploration and that. And we're looking then at what is the best mechanism. The issues around how to do it so it's legally tight or watertight. And I think I'm trying to remember whether we were going to do that on the planning regulations or the CRU regulations. But one way or the other, we're not going to get imported.
It will get done, but when the thing is, within the next few months.
But is there a timeline? Is there a cut-off point? Because these guys, you know that they're not going to stop. You know they're going to keep pushing to get an LNG terminal here, and there's going to be immense pressure. So what are you guys going to do to stop it? Because it's
where would the pressure come from?
From the industry, from the governments in the US.
But if you're an investor and you know that this law is going to come in, why would you?
Because they're pushing it, they're beating people to death. They don't care.
Done it before. There's loads of things to worry about. This is not one to worry about.
It is actually. Okay, how about people in Pennsylvania whose children are dying of cancer?
No, I'm sorry. I don't mean that it's not one to worry about globally. But what it means is it will happen. It's really firm commitment.
It's a firm commitment, but it's not in legislation, so we're still open to having these guys come in. So we just want to know, gone into government on the back of this being put into government, into legislation to protect us from this. When is it going to happen?
The only reason for delay is working, and I'll go back and pull out the file and read all the details as to how you make it sure it's legally proper, class or watertight, that they're not going up to the European court and saying, oh no, you have to do it because it's a breach of one European state aid rule or whatever.
Because I know the UN are saying that gas is like a transition fuel. They're still saying that.
Today.
But it's not.
It can't be. It's speeding up global warming.
No, it
It's
is.
86% in the 20 over 20
Particularly leakage from the fracked gas system is a particular problem.
What's the wells in the US? You were saying that the amount that's being leaked per
3
day.
million abandoned wells, so they're not in use.
They're not even capped.
And they're the equivalent of 1,500 cars per year, each well.
Yeah.
Like,
No. It's
So what they have to do
housing
is
a
really,
problem.
we have to feed this man because he has a meeting at
So when will we have it?
It's early in the year, but whether we put it in the climate bill or not depends on.
Why couldn't go in climate bill? Sorry, I know you're hungry. Or why wouldn't it be able to be drawn into the
Because I want to make sure that whatever we're doing, because it might be the legislation, it could be by regulatory, the consent legislation, it could be by common regulation. We can push it, it's hard to look at different elements, what's the best way of doing it. But one way or the other, we were not allowed to LNG.
Okay, we'll hold you to that, Amy.
All right.
I mean, it's a serious issue. It's just, I know, but I mean, there's always legislation and reasons why things take time. I know, but there isn't any time now.
No, I know. I'll read this.
Do.
Thank you very much.
Please, and please, we need our legislation.
For sure.
Here outside the Green Party offices in Dublin, as part of the ShaleMustFall